Lesson 7, plant defences. In the last topic, we looked at humans having physical and chemical defences against invading pathogens. You had the first line defence and then you had the second with the immune response. We're now going to look at how do plants defend against invading organisms. There are 3 types of plant defences, which are mechanical, physical and chemical. You need to name all 3. Physical, chemical and mechanical. We're now going to discuss each of these in greater detail. Firstly, we're going to look at examples of mechanical defences. The examples include hairs, prickles and thorns, and this stops animals and insects from touching and therefore eating them. Examples would be roses that have thorns and cacti that have spines. A second example is that the plants can mimic to try and trick. An example is the passion flower vine, and they have yellow spots on the leaves, and these yellow spots look like eggs that have been left behind by butterflies. This means that butterflies will not lay their eggs on these types of leaves, and then their leaves are then protected from the caterpillars that would then eventually eat them if they were laid on there. There's other examples that have been given to you that show you how plants can mimic to try and trick. Thirdly, leaves can droop or curl, and this is a way of dislodging insects, again to prevent damage and being eaten. The example that's been given to you here, and the diagram is in the PowerPoint slide, these species close their leaves and point the stem towards the ground, again a way to dislodge insects and prevent them from eating their leaves. So you need to be able to tell me examples for mechanical. Physical examples then include a thick waxy cuticle. So we know that leaves and stems have waxy cuticles, and these can be thick, and it's a way of a barrier to prevent pathogens from entering. You can also have an exterior layer of dead cells, which is known as bark, and again acts as a physical barrier against infection. And many plant and tree species have bark. If pathogens are able to get through the bark and the thick waxy cuticle, then cells have a cell wall, and that cell wall contains cellulose, and that can act as another barrier against infection. However, if pathogens can get past the physical examples, then we must have chemical. And these chemical defences include antibacterial chemicals. Clues in the name, antibacteria, so it means it targets bacteria. These are the chemicals that destroy bacteria. And examples are mint and witch hazel. And humans have actually developed these antibacterial chemicals and use them for their own purpose, seen in skincare. Secondly, you can have chemicals that actually poison the animals and prevents them from being eaten by the herbivores. And herbivores what eat plant material. An example of a plant or a species that will release chemicals to poison are stinging nettles. What you need to be able to say from this lesson is that there are 3 types of physical defences by plants: mechanical, physical and chemical. You need to be able to give examples for mechanical, physical and chemical, and be able to link associated plants with them.